Hey everyone, it's Charles here again, and today we are going to talk about all things editing and all things multimedia preset. This is the preset that we will be using for all of our photos that we will capture for Dance Marathon at the University of Florida. Also, I will be going into detail about how to edit photos with all the features shown in the last video about Lightroom. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first thing with editing your photos, make sure that you're using Adobe Lightroom Classic. Again, like I said in the last video, it will just allow for consistency with editing that we have on the team. There is no one set way to edit all your photos, but keep these things in mind when editing. The first thing that we're going to focus on in the video is white balance. When using the presets, start with fixing the white balance of the photo. These are the temperature and tint dials. The temperature dial controls the coolness or warmth in a photo, and the tint controls the green and pink values that are in the photo. For example, if the picture is too green, slide over to the magenta or pink side of the dial. If the picture is too blue, slide over to the warm side of the temperature dial. The next thing that you need to keep in mind when editing your photos is the exposure. You can fix the exposure of a photo by using the exposure dial. Be careful not to rely on this feature too much because it can increase the noise or the grain that's in the photo. Noise can be fixed though with the dehaze dial found in the Presence photo treatment dials. Now we're going to discuss the preset. There will be a multimedia preset that will be used, but you still need to go in and re-edit the photos after applying the preset. You will be asked to re-edit your photos if your photos do not have the proper white balance and/or exposure, so when in doubt, just ask us. We are all here to help you grow as photographers, and it's better for you to not know and get verification during the editing process than uploading everything and having to re-edit. That's just more work you'd have to do, and we don't need that or want that. So again, don't be afraid to ask for help. When using the preset, it is very important to control the HSL dials that are in Lightroom. HSL stands for Hue, Saturation, and Luminance, and making changes with this feature in Lightroom is very useful when working with the preset, especially when it comes to fixing skin tones or different colors that are in the photo, aka the orange dial, which we will see later in the video. So just some quick definitions. Hue is the shade of a certain color, saturation is how vibrant the hue is, and luminance is how bright a hue is. Now we're gonna go into how to edit the photos. I'm gonna do it step by step. Again, it takes time and practice to perfect your editing, and there's no set way to edit, but here are the tips that I have. So my first tip is to sort your photos before you import into Lightroom. So what I personally do is I have all my photos in my external hard drive, and so here we have my folder for Morale Madness. So I make a folder for like all the photos that I took, unedited raw photos, and I sort them into a different folder of all the good photos, and that's the folder that I specifically import into Lightroom, and it just makes it 10 times easier for editing. Okay, so now we're gonna get into the editing portion of this video. So this photo is from the 2020 mini marathon at PBC, and I did like a shortened version of editing that was sped up in the other video with all the Lightroom presets, but now we're gonna go in and actually properly show you how to edit the photo. So the first thing you do is apply the multimedia preset, and immediately you're gonna see that the white balance is completely off. The skin tone, as you can see, is super orange, as we've mentioned before. And so now we're gonna go in and fix this. So the first thing that I do is I'm just gonna fix the exposure just a little bit. It does feel a little bit dark. So now I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna fix the temperature in the white balance dials. As you can see, it is more warm if you slide it over. So now I'm just gonna turn it a little bit cooler, and it kind of fixes the white balance. So as you can tell, the coloration is so much better already. I'm also gonna go in and turn it down to the green tint just a little bit, just to kind of fix the color. Tint was something that I was always bad at when I first joined the team, so it definitely takes a lot of practice, but you'll get there. So now here I am fixing the highlights, the shadows, the whites, and the blacks, and this is very much case by case when it comes to photos, so you're gonna need to fidget that with every single photo. And here we're gonna go down and fix the orange saturation. So I'm just gonna zoom into the photo just a little bit to show. One thing that I've noticed, and a lot of other captains have noticed throughout the years using the preset, is that Canons have a more tough time with the filter, with the preset, when it comes to the orange saturation than Nikon. So if you have a Canon, make sure you're going into the HSL and fixing the orange and fixing the different colors and hues in the photo. So here I am editing the orange saturation, so as you can see before and after. So we're gonna push it all the way to the right. As you can see, it's super, super bright orange. The preset is set around 1920 for the orange saturation, so I toned it down a bit. And as you can see, before and after makes a big difference. So here we have another photo. This is from Morale Madness. So I had applied the preset. I am boosting the temperature to a more warm setting, so I have it at +6. I am underexposing the photo just a little bit. It was super bright in my opinion. Now I'm gonna go in and fix the highlights, shadows, whites, and blacks in the photo. And again, this is case by case with each photo, so you're gonna need to go in and enhance these features of the photo individually. So here I am turning down that orange saturation dial as always, and I'm gonna fix the blues in the photo. If you notice by the trees, there's like a weird thing that happened when I applied the preset, so I'm gonna go under luminance and I'm just gonna fix the blue. So as you can see, if I increase it just a little bit, it kind of like goes away. And before and after. I hope you found this tutorial on how to edit with the multimedia preset super helpful. Again, it takes time in the beginning to get used to editing and seeing the different things that go into editing a certain photo. But again, if you have any questions, ask me, ask any of the returning captains, ask anybody on the team. We are all here to help you. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!